Oh, hello again. Now, this is the first Hatman talk I'm doing since getting my new camera, on account of the time, or on account of the fact, I should say, that my last camera was half-inched. Pinched! Yeah, I was working at a school, wasn't I? And stupidly, naively you might say, I left it in my pocket in full view and sight of some of the young charges I was trying to teach them a thing or two. Before I knew it, in fact I didn't know it, did I? I was on my way home to, well, leave the school. It was the last day of school as well. Excuse me. I looked all around and I couldn't find it. I thought, well, no, me, I mislaid things all the time. I thought I must have mislaid it. Then it dawned on me, didn't it? I only left it by the computer in the classroom, right off in another classroom with another group of kids, and there's a bunch of lads around the computer. Well, I'm not saying they pinched it, but let's face the fact, I ain't got it no more, and this is a new camera that I'm having to film my Hatman talk on. Anyway, talking about pinching stuff, what about this then? These London blooming riots. I don't know. It's all kicked off, didn't it, last Thursday? Then the police, heavy-handed and blooming slapdash as usual, shot some poor innocent guy and then tried to make it look like he was the one at fault shooting at them. Turned out the bullet that they found in this police radio or something was a police bullet, wasn't it? Anyway, still, no excuse whatsoever for all of this stuff. Let me see if I can get this up for you. Now look at this. These are the blooming riots and fires that have started on from the riots, not just in London. Of course it started in Tottenham, as we all know. Then it spread up to blooming Mary Street in Hackney, didn't they? Heard all Diane Abbott out there. Good on her, you know, she was about the only politician to be seen around. The rest of them were off on their holidays in blooming Tuscany or Spain or somewhere sunning themselves watching the fires burn in London, weren't they? Apparently Boris Bekker's on his... Boris Johnson Bekker. Hey, Boris Johnson's on his way back. He's the mayor of London, isn't he? Coming back to see if he can rescue the Olympics from the flames. Anyway, even Cameron's come back. He's in this snake pit meeting this morning, the Cobra meeting, is that what they call it? I heard blooming Terrisa May, well she was back yesterday from her holes. Looked like she got a bit of a tan. Better not get too close to the fire, she might get a bit more of a tan. Anyway, she was back, giving it some large old John Humphreys on Radio 4 saying, look, you know, we'll do whatever necessary. Old John Humphreys, he's never one to avoid twisting the screw if he can, saying, well, do you think the 20% cuts on the police numbers is going to help? Probably not. Anyway, what I'm saying is, there's no excuse for this kind of thing. Blooming nutcases. They ought to catch these people, and apparently they have caught a lot of them, on camera. And they're going to bring them to book. And they ought to do. And they don't just want to slam them in the slammer. They want to give them some real harsh punishment. Send them abroad. Send them to some penal colony. Colony. Where they can do some hard work, make some things, and replace all the devastation, destruction they've got. You've seen it on the news, haven't you? People in tears, their house has gone up in flames, their business has gone up in flames. They're going to show you a building here in a minute. That's been there 160 years or something like that. In the one family, a furniture shop, poof, up in smoke. Where was the police? Where was the fire engines? I was watching it as it was happening on Sky News as it happens. Don't want to plug Sky News, but I was watching it. And I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, I've been watching this for 15 minutes. I can't see no blooming fire engines. Apparently the fire engines are only 2 minutes away, but the police had to close down some of the streets because of the rioters and the blooming mayhem that was going on, and they wasn't able to get there. Anyway, this is the result, and then it spread, didn't it? It spread to blooming Birmingham, where else was they saying that? Peckham, and all these deprived areas. A lot of black people there, sorry, but a lot of black people there, and a lot of mixed races involved in smashing and grabbing and helping themselves to flat screen TVs and things and whatnot, and breaking into people's houses when they're in bed, 4 o'clock in the morning, whipping their purses and handbags and things and stealing their cars. I'll tell you what, if I was the Home Secretary, they ought to be glad. I'd send out police with, I know the police are a bit heavy-handed and a bit blooming racist and victimising a lot of these black people, but some of them are into crime, so they've got to expect that the police are going to feel their collar every now and then. But they do pick on innocent people. But I still think what they're saying, they've got to give the police a bit more powers, because there's no excuse for this kind of madness and mayhem. No excuse whatsoever. And I'm reckoning that, let's see what's going on here. I'm reckoning that, you know, there'll be all these psychologists and blooming apologists coming out and saying, oh, well, these are the people who's been failed by society and whatever. And there may be some truth in that. But there's no way that this kind of conduct is going to help them or anybody else. What we got to do, and the government's got to listen to the fact, is certainly put resources into it. They're cutting back on youth services, cutting back on social services, cutting back, well, I say social services, I don't mean the blooming social workers that never turn up so till after you're dead and then they hold an inquiry. No, I'm not talking about them social services, but I mean the things that Cameron's saying he wants the big society to take care of. Maybe the big society can send out a blooming fire engine to put out the fires. Anyway, take care. I'm just having a look at my blooming fire safety leaflet, because you never know when trouble's going to break out, do you? Bye for now.